Okay, I just did a whole fucking video and it's all distorted. An hour of scalping. I'm going to describe now everything I'm going to re-describe everything I just described. How to trade the market. I'm just going to, I'm just going to show you how to trade the market. 5-minute chart. Okay, 5-minute chart. How to trade the fucking market. Now I'm not even going to try to do what I just with scripts and everything. Okay, it's just too fucking complicated. Apparently, people don't understand what I'm talking about. So I'm just going to paint it on the screen here. I'm going to close all the tickets. I'm going to take all these orders off the screen. I'm just describe how to trade the market because it's just too much. What I've written here is if anybody wants to know, you want to get together with me on Skype, I'll show you what I'm doing. Otherwise, I'm just wasting my time, I think. I'm just going to show you how to trade the market and what kind of orders are placed, when, and why. Because it does no good. There's 6 orders you can place. You can buy at the market, buy on a stop, buy on a limit, and the same side with the sells, right? Let me just, I just did this amazing video and the fucking recorder, I play it back, it's all clipping. I don't know what I did. I think I didn't wait for it to load. When you're faster than your software, you're fucked. Okay, so the top of the hour is come and gone. And I actually cashed out of this position here, so I could show you what I show you what I did here, but I'm going to delete all these orders because the script writing is just so complicated, I think, that since I know it, I assume other people know what I'm talking about. And so for the people that they just want a way to make money, and you're going to have to figure out how much risk you can take. I have a 10-pip grid here, and what I'm going to do is just going to day trade the market. I don't care about last week. I don't care about last month. I have an idea, right? I can see the daily. So what do I know about the daily chart? This is a 10-pip grid. I know that there's resistance up here. Sellers are going to come in here. Sellers come in on wicks. That's my whole plan, my whole strategy of trading. My whole approach to the market is sell new highs, buy new lows. What time frame, though? That's the critical thing. Which time frame are we on? So I'm going to delete all these orders because placing all these orders is not helping, apparently. You can't just put all those orders in and say, okay, so I'm going to delete all the pendings. This broker's fairly fast. This is Uniglobe, fairly fast. I've just taken off about 70 orders there. Here's the daily chart. So imagine that all we have is the daily chart, and we want to make money. We don't want to scalp. We have a day job. Let's look at this thing from a structure standpoint. And you hear these ass clowns at you can hear all the great insults I did about the ass clowns at Empowered Trading. We're structured traders. If I hear the guy say structure one more time, I'd blow my fucking brains out. Well, let's look at the market structure. Okay, let's look at the fucking market structure, all right? It's just Eastern Standard Time, just past 7 a.m. Let's take a look at that fucking structure. This is the closing prices. This is all we need to know. We don't care about the fucking open, the high, the close. Not yet. Not yet. Doesn't matter. This 10-pip grid here. You can see, if you can count, you see right here. Easily, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 90 pips. You should have made 90 pips with a 10-pip stop. And why is that? Because you can see this top, and it became a fucking bottom. So you put a buy limit there. Actually, it became a bottom here. You got filled here. You have to have a stop here. You have to buy this whole pullback. You've even got a buy limit here. Now, I know this is really pushing it, but this is a bottom. You need to buy a double bottom, and that's a double bottom. It came in there. It didn't close there. It's think of it as a retest. Anybody that's afraid of trading, don't be afraid. Nothing can go wrong. What we're going to do is we're going to put sell limits at every 10-yard line. all the way to here, and we put a stop here. And then we just walk away. That's one trade plan. Next trade plan is we sell here, we sell here, we sell. In other words, you sell every 5 pips all the way up. But if the market's screaming, of course, we're going to pluck some of these orders out. But the heaviest tickets start to come in right here at this top. This is the wallpaper. Okay, this, think of the wick as wallpaper, and this is the wall that it's nailed onto. So structures are the framework that the wallpaper is hanging off of. In time, it doesn't matter whether this is an inverted hammer, and this, see, this would fuck up these guys at Empower Trading. Well, our Garley's based on that wick. I'm like, okay, why? What, are you fucking nuts? The structure is on close only. Where have these people gotten this shit in their head? And then they'll put the fibs on that shit. Hell, if fibs worked, Fibonacci on close, right? Fibonacci on close would work. So I still have Fibonacci here? See, Fibonacci on close, right? Think about it. Think about it. That's what my tequila buddy says. Right, you put it down here. This is 0. You drag that to the, this is the 100% at the pivot. See? Now I can say, look at 618. See, 618 is a pivot. Now this is a Fibonacci handle that you could fucking use, right? Doesn't make any sense up here, but I'm saying that closing prices, right? And you can say, look at the 238 was filled almost here, but you're never going to get this to sync up perfectly. It's never going to look perfect, see? And where do you put your fucking fib, right? I'm all pissed off from the fucking recording. I just, you don't know. It's not live. It's not like real tape. You can't put headphones on and listen to shit play back. So, I could take this down to the 4238 here, and you can see these would be your orders. Imagine these are your tickets. In fact, put this beyond. These are your orders. This is your master stop at 0. You're buying everything below 100. Right? Everything below 100, you're buy. You didn't get filled on this last ticket, but your master stop's at 100. And there's your targets on the way up. Look how this just magically lands here. This is all bullshit. I could just drag that and drop it. So you just drag and drop. Look how it just queued up right there. It's completely, it's total crystal ball bullshit. So we're going to sell this today going up. We put sell orders on above. Now you can hand place them. You could drop. You could hit a button. But it's just, you're just literally going to sell high. This is what's having a problem. People are having a problem with what I'm saying. There's nothing magical here. This is the problem. There's no guru. There's only risk ratios and money in your account. If you have $100, you should be able to make $20 a day trading. If you can't, stop trading because you really suck. I think. No, I shouldn't say that. If you can't make $5 a day with $100 in your account, then you shouldn't be trading, right? I mean, the idea is to, at the end of the day, have $5, right? It's not that you made $5 and you lost 10. So that's the hard part. There's not a lot of setups here, and you're a slave to the market. This idea that you have financial freedom is complete bullshit. What you have is volatility that's mind-blowing today. This thing's going up. It'd probably take out the high of the fucking month. I already talked about this trade. It's obvious. We're filling the vacuum. Not to mention, once we take this out, right, forget about it, right? This is the weekly. Look at the monthly. You can only imagine what could happen here. This is the monthly. Look where you're at. If this is a 1-hour chart, would you not be thinking, holy shit, a couple more accumulations here and we're going to go fucking up into this floor, right? This is your target, 122. We're not even at 113 yet, so we're on fire here. We're going north. It's too late to get on the long train for me. I go to the 1 minute. I go to the 1 minute chart. So what I just did is the whole video I just did was trading the 5 minute chart. And you trade this the same way you trade the daily chart. You just have to have smaller targets. You're going to put your orders here. Buy limits. At new lows. You're going to buy new lows without any confirmation. What I'm saying is I don't do the confirmation game. My confirmation is what's right in front of me right now. Reality is my confirmation. I know exactly what orders I need to place right now just by looking at the chart. I know where I should have got in and I wasn't here for it. It's 5 minute chart. I could have put on a ATR breakout strategy right here, 5 minutes. Boom, hit the button. Made 3 pips. Your targets are 3 to 5 to 8 pips on this chart. You're trading really big. You're making $80, $50, you're making $30, you're making $10, you're making $20. I just made $50 this morning in 1 hour on the video that crashed. And how did I do it? I was buying here. Without confirmation, structure low at the 10-yard line, buy limits, okay? You could have your order, you could have an order bank in here placed. You just come over here, drag it over here, drop the orders right at the 10-yard line, dead on. Market respects the 10-yard line, doesn't respect Fibonacci, doesn't respect moving averages. Sure fucking respects 10 pips. Because there's people willing to make 10 pips. And when the ATR drops on the 5 minute chart and goes like this, and it starts to fill this vapor lock, but you don't just have a buy stop here. You have a buy limit here because look at it, came back. You're buying a range. You could put stops and limits in all day long because the goober entries, which are the stops, yeah, you're going to get trapped on that, but you've got the kickback limit order, right? You put a buy stop in here. They don't fill you on this buy stop. But you have a buy limit sitting at the 10-yard line based on top-bottom theory. You're in an uptrend. How do you know you're in an uptrend? Because you just want to, you don't even have to know you're in an uptrend. This is another fallacy. You don't need to know anything. You don't need to know you're in an uptrend. You just know where to place your order. And that's all that's going to matter. So you're in a downtrend. Where would you place your sell limits in a downtrend? At the supply zone, supply and demand zone, the edge of the new highs. You're selling new highs on limits. You're buying new lows on buy limits here. Buy, sell, buy, sell. New low. I mean, you see a low, place a buy limit, get filled. It doesn't even matter if you're in a trend. You sell here, new high, and you buy here. Right? You get filled, boom. It's not a 10, 20 pip target. It's not a 40 pip target. So you can't think like that. You have to think of the time frame you're on. Now, if this is the daily chart, sure, buy stop, sell stop. You're risking like say 60 pips to make 100 pips. So it's all just based on what you see. Now here, it's going up. It's probably going to go after. Now, it's too late. The only train you could have got on was a 1 minute train. See, you missed your entry right here while I was talking. Low ATRs, buy on stops or buy at the market right there. Right? There's no other trade. All we can do now is sell on limits above. We can place limits above now. So I'm going to do that. Go over here and just, like a pig, I'm just going to throw a bunch of sell limits up here and not try to duplicate if I see any duplication. So I just launched a bunch of stuff. I'll post it in the site there. It's just a basket of sell limits because I know I want to sell up there. So it's on the way to the daily edge, on the way to the monthly top, the weekly. This is the weekly top. Here's the monthly top. This is last month. Now I could put in a very discrete order bank here that starts right on that wick. You just come over and drop it right on there. We know we want to sell very hard into this. This is only Tuesday. This is a 10 pip grid. I'm going to fill this whole thing up. I'm just going to fill this 8 hours. Walk away. Who's not selling up here? That's all I'm asking is who's not selling up here? What moron would not sell at a high from August last year? August of last year for 8 hours tonight. You think they're going to fill these tickets? You think they're going to fill those tickets tonight? Look at that. Demo account. Loaded for bear on the north side. Actually, on the way there, I can scalp out. So as we come up into those tickets, come up, get out. Come up, get out. Now, the high of the month, we see the high of the month is included in this wick right now. Notice this is the monthly, this is the weekly. We're coming back to retest this. I want to sell up here. This could be resistance. Could be. Even without a bat wing. Here I'm going to look to make, I'm going to risk 15 pips to make 10 pips here. I mean $15 to make $10 here. There's one ticket. Just layer them up there. Now, we just climaxed on the 15-minute chart. Let's take a look at the 15 minutes just updated. Here we are, 15 minutes. Our sells start above that. And I'm going to put in some down scalps. I just wrote this, risk 5 pips to make 5 pips on a 1. Okay. That's not included in the power pack. So I just wrote that. In the last video, I just wrote that. I don't know how I corrupted that. I just started it. I don't even know if this is corrupt. You know, just stop and check this. There's no real time. It's not analog gear. So the other orders I have in this platform is the buy. B is for buy. And these would work, say, if I put this in 4 hours, I put a buy stop here. I mean, a buy limit's here. It'll retest to this. I put it right on that. And a buy stop, if I put it above current price, it'll actually get me filled here on a new high. So that's breakout on confirmation right there. It's going to be a market order, really. I mean, so close to the market, it's going to really be a market order. But, you know, it could back off and never fill. Then I could say, well, I'm going to buy here with a 22 pip stop for 4 hours, with a 16 pip stop. Outlandish really for scalping, not really even. This is a 10 pip grid. I mean, if this thing goes up another 20 pips, it'd be amazing, right? So we can go rocketing up here. I can see us going right to 113 here. 30 pips straight up now. Straight up, easy. Easy. We've already been through, and here's the entries for your on the 15-minute chart. More risk, but you just basically if you're scalping, you're going to sell this for that. But if you're trend trading, you're going to take more risk. You go sideways here for 45 minutes, low ATRs. You're buying this on limit structures, and if you want to get in during the low ATR, it means you can run a tighter stop. You could put a buy stop there and get in like a goober and risk more, but you really want to be buying on limits here. Here, too, you've got limits to buy. In case it came back here, which it didn't. It's just screaming north. So now we would have put a buy limit here because we're like, oh, this is the top, right? We don't need to overanalyze this stuff. We're just going to trade it. We're not going to analyze it. Oh, I buy here. It's like, would you buy here at the 10-yard line? Oh, yeah, sure. Why not? So you just have to relax. Nothing's going to change whether, well, you always want to buy low and just stagger this up. You don't have to run the hotkeys. Now, this is all precision placed. The hotkeys are really for the buy stops and the sell stops. because you know you can code all these. Right now, 4 through 10 are stops only. And it's totally mirrored right now. In fact, they just made this one a tighter. This is risk 6 pips to make 3 pips, which sounds bad, but trust me, you'll make your 3 pips. You want to risk 5 pips to make 8 pips. It may sound like a good idea, but unless you're watching the market and you know how to trade that, same thing with the other ones actually. You want to be as accurate as you can. Now, having all those sell limits above me doesn't bother me a bit, because if I see it cash out of some and in and out, it's not going to go straight up. And we've just gone up, we've paused, we have a doji on. We're in the middle of a doji on the 4 hours, or on the 1 hour, so to speak, right? We're going sideways. I mean, in hindsight, this will be sideways. Let's see, let me delete the balls off here. And we have no buy limits in here, really. And we could come roaring back. This is only Tuesday, so we could come smashing back to the bottom. And we could lay in buy limit grids here. I'm just going to buy low. That's all I'm doing is buying low. And I'm going to make these so that there's no duplication. And I'll cover this whole area here. So we buy low. We're going to sell high. It's crazy. And so that's our trade plan. And we're up 1 penny right now. I know it sounds pretty well, 2 cents right now. That's the breakout trade. Now, probably not in big enough to absorb when we go smashing up here, where we want to start selling into this thing, which I'm looking for a ferocious rally today, actually. So we probably won't offset our sells with the buy we're in right now, because I'm expecting it. We're only up 6 cents right now. So I'll pluck off. If I was stuck with this and I didn't want to buy anymore, because psychologically I hate buying when it's chasing like this, I would just come down to my close ticket and pluck off the orders that I'm coming into, the sells I'm coming into. So it's all about order placement, but it's more than one ticket. And the trade plans are hard-coded. And somebody's asking me about the, why don't you have it so it says show inputs? It's because I want to hard-code all my trade plans, so I know my risk. I don't want to think about, I don't want to see a pop-up window. I don't want to think about anything when I'm trading. All this stuff's predefined. It's in underwater now in this breakout. See, I hate buying up there. But I just want to show you how that script works. To me, the whole point of those scripts is to have a fixed risk. If I drop 20 orders on the screen and I'm like, okay, there's 20 bucks in the account, and they each has a 10 pip stop, I'm like, okay, I can survive. And you know what? Some of these trade plans won't even, some of these orders won't fill. But I know my risk on the hand-placed orders. And you can just mark those down. You just say, hey, I'm going to risk $10. And how do you risk that $10? You risk on an 8 pip stop, a 13, so you can distribute your stops through a spectrum. And when you place traps like this, one I just placed on the north side, that's going to be like, the higher you go, the more tickets. And I've got them all the way up to infinity almost, right? Compared to where we're at now, what could happen. So 4-hour chart, you know, I mean, it's hard to really say, well, let's get in on a pullback. There isn't one. This thing's pissed. And it's going to fill that hole to, we're going to go crazy north, right? I don't know. I don't remember which video I did this in, but I don't know if I just said it in this video or not, but go to the monthly, and it's like, I mean, if this is the 1-hour chart, who's not fucking buying here, right? This is the monthly euro dollar. And let's just look where we're at in this picture. It's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Totally trapped below this low from 2004. So this would be our first target, 117. Sellers should come in there at 114, right? But look at this entry here. Imagine you're long from 105. How do you feel? I mean, if this was a 1 hour chart, I'd tell you I'd hold this until the end of the day. Or a 15-minute chart, I'd hold it for the next 4 hours thinking, yeah, man, this... And my target's up here, say. I've been through these trades like this. You're like, my target's up here. You're like, oh my God. Look at the wick poking out through the... So here's 10 pips. We're only concerned with what's going on right here. So we just live in this 10 pip world. Or I do. Current price. It's way down here. Current price is here. It's 10 pips. So just made 90 pips this morning on this big rally from last night. So here's the 4 hour world, which we haven't even, this is the high of the week, right to the pip. Sellers will come in there, but we're going to sell before that. We're going to sell on the way there. And now I'm trapped on this buy stop. So if I was to conservatively trade this, and this is not aggressive trading, I don't think. Here, I'll buy with a 20 pip stop, break evens, 3K, 10 pips apart, starting at a different price here. Right? I just come in like this. Come on. Who's not buying down here? Now, you can justify this and rationalize it and break out your Gartleys and all that shit, but seriously, who's not going to buy like this today? Tonight, we get a pullback. So I'm being very extreme here for a reason, because we can be extreme. The markets are extreme, we're extreme. Extreme trading. Those are all buy limits. I walk away from that all day. I go to my real money is set up like this right now. I don't care. Let's fucking go to sleep on that trade. I could take a nap and wake up. They're either going to blow that order bank out, or I'm going to get filled on these balls, and we're going to make money on the bounces. You really think they're going to pull this back 80 pips in the next 4 hours? I think the cat's out of the bag. We could pull back 40 pips. So how do I get in there? How do I layer my orders in? And this is where you're just putting in orders, the drudgery of life. Limit grids. Doesn't get any easier than that. One currency, too. One currency, because we can babysit this today. On the 5 minute, we can still scalp it. But look at in relationship to the 5 minute chart. The orders look a lot better on the 5. On the 1 hour, they look scary, like, whoa, what if it comes back? 5 minute, we could see, we could either pull the trigger, we could write scripts that have very tight targets, like here, I'll risk 10 to make 5. I'll make my 5 pips before I'm sorry. I risk $10 to make 5. 20 pip stops. I can make my 10 pips pretty high probability without getting stopped out. This is a 10 pip grid, and I'm going to buy for the next 8 hours. I'm going to just keep buying this whole thing down. And I'm just trapped on this 1K long right now. Here's the place to buy. Right? Right here. 5 pips. 5 pips stop. 5 pips stop. 8 hours. I'll start with the 5 pip. I just wrote that. I took this very top of the ticket. Wrong fucking thing here. Oh, jeez, here. Right here at the top of the ticket on these limit drops is your 5 pips to make 5 pips. Very clear. If you want the other price, just drag and drop it over there. Get a precision mouse and drop it. I leave the spread at 3. Here's your size. Break even 5 pip, and the spread is whatever. Now, don't put them in the same price, though. You want to you could either hard write the script or you can just hand place it. How much can you afford? How much money do you have in your account? Right here, I'm risking about maybe $6. Not even. It's 50 cents. 50 cents. Right there. 50 cent right there. 50 cents. Adds up. Now, very tight stop. Very tight take profit. I'm long. I will get longer. I had really wide stop in the other one. Now you'd say, okay, well, I like that idea. Let's buy 2Ks, and I'll put those at different prices. Right there. Oh, something's coming out here. News or something. Man, this thing's on fire. Bottom of the hour. Bottom of the hour. Psychosis. Because half-hour traders are in it now. Without chasing it, let me see if I can put a buy limit with a 10 pip stop right there. Actually, that's a 3K. Isn't that the better price? Isn't that the way we should get in that? See, these are flashing. That means we're in 10 pips of fill here, within 10 pips of being filled. So I'm only in a 1K. Only in a 1K, looking to buy on pullbacks. This is where we don't need an oscillator. We don't need a stochastics. As soon as the market comes back, we will start filling. That's it. That's why it's so difficult to trade. Because now I'm in a 2K with a 5 pip stop. Let's see how much money we can make. We're at $993.73. $9.93. That's what I did in the last video. I went for a fucking hour babbling. Trading just like this. This video is probably better because now I've calmed down a little bit and has my coffee and I'm not so fucking pissed off. I just get so frustrated and angry watching malpractice. Same thing in anything I do. You ever see somebody work on a car and you're watching them fuck it up and you're thinking, and I always want to say, hey, you know what? Can I help you there? Because I can't watch you fuck it up. Like, I'm not helping you to help you. I'm helping you because I can't watch you fuck it up anymore. Give me that thing. Okay, so we just got filled on the, we're up 50 cents there. We got filled on that one ticket. Now here's where I was, in the other video, I'll say right here I could take that winner off the table. That one that was very shallow pullback, because we could probably come back. I'm going to take that winner off because we're coming back. We are coming back. The market's constantly going up and down. And I was showing before on the supply and demand zone. On the 1 minute chart, you can see supply and demand all day long here, right? So this world, now we'll delete all the balls and we'll look at what's actually going on here. Why is the market pulling back at the top? Because every time we come up here, the sellers come in and they just nick that top and they just, oof, it's a killer scalp to here. And then here's the breakout traders are coming in and the vacuum's filling. But we got to come in here like this is a top becoming a bottom. We got to buy here on the 1 minute. 1 minute. Boom. Buy at the market. Boom. Or you hand place what I just did. What I just did is I see where orders are that I didn't fill. And this is why when you back test, you can see that no fill here because the spread is this big, which means these tickets did not, only that one filled. And that's trading to me, is getting that order placement just right. I mean, this is like it's like location is a big deal. I'm underwater on this top tick Tommy entry here. But see, I should buy at the market now. So I'm going to buy at the market a 10K. I just got, now this script is written in, buys at a 10K. Let me turn the colors on for the exits. So here, this is the exit colors. So I just bought at the market one price there. Now, trading at the market, 1 minute chart. This is key number C1 if you're playing at home. Buy at the market right now. It's down, buy at the market. And I still got those hand place limits, so I'm trading at the market. I'm in a 20K now. I'm trading at the market, but I've got that kind of security blanket of I'm really going to buy if it goes. I mean, I'm going to get it probably about 30K I hand placed down there. And this is the new low. I just bought it at the market right there, that stop hunt. So that's the 1 minute stop hunt. Somebody had a stop in there, right? Or even if they didn't, there's a vacuum there, a baby vacuum. We come back there again, below it. Okay, so buy at the market. I'm at 30K now. Now I got to think of myself, as soon as I'm up about 10 bucks, I'm going to have to cash out all my winners. So I got my finger on the take out profits key. As soon as we take out this wick, I'm going to think of getting out. Even on the way there, I might get out on the way there. So, let's see. I missed my exit right there. 1 minute chart. So we have to wait a minute. We might have to wait 3 minutes. 3 minutes to make money on this. Okay, we waited 1 minute. We're up. So I'm going to cash out. I've got my finger on the cash out button. Oh, it looks like we're going to take out the high day. So I'm right about, as soon as we pop through the high of the day, I'm going to hit the take all profits key. Oh, I can't wait. I'm getting out right now. Going to go flat. I'm still underwater on the other guy. Now, I'm going to put in some buy limits that are almost like market orders, just like my stops when they're close, the same thing. I put 20 pip targets here. I'm still in that original thing, and I just made, what was it, like $8? So we got 61,000 in the account now. Now we all have exposure on the north side to get filled, but I've got exposure to go long if we just pull back 3 fucking pips. So it doesn't take much. And trade location is just so critical. Order placement, diversification, nobody's at the same price here. 12 pip stop, right? Especially if they're 1 pip. Now here we go. Coming into the sell limits, I'm long on a 1K, I'm up 5 cents. Now this is going to be scary. I'm going to have my hand on the take all profits key. This is a 15-minute chart. We're going to go barreling into my sell limits here. It's going to be completely disastrous. But if we know if we predefine the risk, this is logarithmic tickets up here. Oops, can't really stretch that. Here we go. So we're going to watch this come in. I got my hand on this take all profits key. My first sell limit comes in up here. These other, that's actually the take profits. So if I turn off the colors for the stops and take profits, I can just see my exposure on the way in here. So turn off these, put the stop levels to none. And now we can just see our exposure coming in. I see there's duplication here, so I'm going to delete. Close the ticket, drag this near that ticket, and trim that off. We don't want to get in too heavy at one price. I see a little bit of too much there. Up here I don't mind so much. The higher we go, I put in a denser order pack there, but just trim that out a little bit. Now we can delete all objects. So we're going to sell high without regard to Fibonacci or anything else. We are aware of the fact that this is the high of the month here, and on the way there's going to be a lot of resistance. How much money is in the account? How tight are the wider our stop and the tighter our take profits, the higher probability of cashing out. We can make 10 pips here with a 20 pip stop and a linear grid. We could just keep laying this order in. Overlapped, I can cover this whole area, and the market comes smashing up in, retraces out of that. This whole idea is we're going to sell high and buy it back lower as it sweeps back. At least that's the theory. Theory, concept, here's the practice. Now, we should have been long into this. Like I said, we're only in that 1K. But look at all the exposure if we pull back, and I don't know what's coming out here in news, but it's just basically, why is it going up right now? It's filling that void. We're about to get filled on our first 1K here. Here's risk 30 pips to make 20 pips. We could start up here. We might get filled there tonight. 8 hours. 8 hours on these cells. Coming up into this. And up 100, over 100 pips right now if you bought this structure down here. Top becomes about a major pivot going back to here. Trend line break, which is just volatility break here. Big, huge rally. Like I said, that was a huge void to fill. The first void was here, in between this vestibule right here, and then we had to fill that, and now we're just totally getting into this whole thing, and the market's healing itself from all that. Poor euro dollar's been punished. So we're just waiting to get filled on ourselves. We're up on that 1K a whole 48 cents right now. So we're just killing it into these sell limits. So we'll be in a hedge on the first fill. Definitely above here, I'm going to be very aggressive on the sells. Anything up here? 20 to make 10. So first we have the scalps. Then the market starts to dick around, and we can go down to the other time frame. But right now, you're kind of like, here's 20 pips north we're looking at. We go to the 1 minute chart and see that, yeah, going to keep going up. So bounce off that 10-yard line, come back here. Low ATRs here, we could have bought at the market. We could have bought at the market. I'm going to cash out of my winner. I'm getting out of that 1K because I have so many buy limits below. I think we're going to pull back, and I would just say, hey, you know what? The thing's up 5 pips. Let's get out. It's up 5 pips. Now I say, okay, really? You want to get back in? Here. It's as easy as this. We can get into trouble really quick, and let's put in a tight pack here. 12 pips stops. Let's buy here. Another thing is, never be afraid of missing out. See how I cashed out? I'm getting right back in. At a better price. I just bought back that 1K. I think I could fill in these other ones. What do you think? What do you think the possibilities, since we just made the high of the day, and you know sellers come in at new highs, right? Where do the sellers come in? At new highs. Do we have new highs? Yeah. So they come in, we're going to buy into their sells. We're hoping on the sellers to fill us on our buy limits. So we're not in competition with each other. We're all in the same game, and we're just handing off the ball to the other guy. Now I'm long on 2K. What could be better, right? So I'm long on 2K with sells above me. I'm up 7 cents. You could be up $7, right? If you were in the mini count, mini entry. But this is what I'm looking at. I have exposure on the upside, possible fills to sell, just thrown up there. I know they're pretty much break even or worse or better on some of those, but I probably make my 10 pips before I make my 20. So here's a 20 pip stop. I'll start right here. Right here again. This is just a 4K. Right here. I buy all this pullback here. Risk 12 to make 18. Risk 20 to make 10. That's my favorite script. Risk 20 pips to make 10 pips. Make $100 risking $200. Better than lottery tickets all day long. Now I'm in a 3K. Better than lottery tickets. Why? Because lottery tickets, your chance of winning is not that good. Here, I could risk 15 pips and make 8 pips all day long if you know where to place it. Plus you get stopped out, but it's the density. Now I'm in a look, I'm in a 5K. That's why I sold up there on that. I typically get out of something like that. When I'm up, I'm like, you know what? This market's too volatile. I'm in a 7K now. Down a buck. Okay, well, I think there might be news coming out in 45 minutes. So that's what I'm doing. It's as simple as that. And yeah, you had to sell up there. You got to sell those new highs, man. It's overbought. We don't. Oh, 10K. I'm in a 10K. Down a $1.50. Woof. I'm at 12K. I think I might have got stopped out of something. Yeah. See, I got to look at my balance to see if it got stopped out. It was 61,000. $1.63. Let's see if I get stopped. No, I'm not getting stopped out. My balance will go away if I get stopped out. So I'm in a 12K. And it's just all autofill. Just letting the market come to me. I'm sure on the 1 minute chart it's oversold, right? We have a top bottom on the 1 minute. We have a top bottom on the 5. But what if it comes crushing back? What if market got ahead of itself? This top bottom worked out perfectly here. We could go crushing through that perfect top bottom. Oh, now I'm in way more K. No stop outs. Now I'm in whatever half of 38 is. I have not stopped out. I'm in a drawdown of 81 cents. Okay, now I'm up. I'm in very big, I think. I mean, that's a lot of K. Yeah. Right? It's like, you get in 10K. To me, 10K is a lot. That's a lot. 10, 20, 30K. That's a position. The thing is not to be in a drawdown. I mean, not to be in a big loss or a big drawdown. Get the position out. Now I'm taking some heat. You know, now I'm down $2.71. I'm not happy about that. That's a risk, you know. That's another cup of coffee. We could still pull back. So we're trend trading it. Using this top bottom entry on the 5 minute. But we could have been short. We could still be short from the selling the high of the day. We up on the shorts, holding those shorts and buying on limits. So balancing the whole thing out. I have tons of exposure for this to pull back. I could be in 100K real quick here. So all this thing has to do is come back, and I'll be in about 50K maybe. Drops a few more pips. I mean, look how densely. Of course, it doesn't look dense here when you stretch it out. Now, how many pips are we talking about here? Okay, now I'm at 20K. So that's about right. So 21, okay. No stop outs yet, down $5. Coming back in. Still looking for that rally. All right, still thinking we're in an uptrend. Buying on pullbacks. Okay. 23K. Down $3. No stop outs. Top of the hour's coming. So in 5 minutes, we might be able to make $10. If this retraces now, this is the pullback, uptrend. Buyers should be coming in here. No market orders, and that's the ultimate. You pick the price, let the market come to you. I could put buy stops in, but I won't, because I have too much exposure to getting more limit fills, and I don't want to get a bad price I'd rather trade on limits all day long because the stop entries, well, I just, you know, if you put your buy stop 1 pip above, you might as well just buy at the market, or you might as well just buy on a limit 1 pip below. Okay, now I'm only down $1. Plus, it's simple this way. You have sells above, you have buys below limits. This isn't really, you know, it's about just about how big you're trading, I think. I'm up 5 cents. You see that I was up 5 cents for a second there. Now we could go down again. But the nice thing is that that last rally there, we didn't get trapped on a buy stop. So psychologically, I find it easier to trade with the limits because I'm saying, hey, let the market come to me, and I'm daring the market in a limit situation. And I don't have to be there either. I mean, well, you have to be here if you want to place them really close to the market. But I'm saying if you want to set an amazing entry with 50K and you have each ticket has its, you know, you drag and drop 50 orders, maybe they're 2Ks, you know, you're trying to get into 100K, and you drag and drop all those orders in the morning to a specific price on a specific instrument, and you walk away, nothing you do is going to change. You got buy stops in there too, so you trade the breakout and the limits, you know, on of course the breakout orders would be really terrible entries. Always going to be a bad entry because it says you're chasing the market in a way. The only time it's not is that you're just going to take that risk and say, oh, it's okay. I don't mind overpaying because I'm going to trade the breakout. So I'm going to trade the follow through. I'm going to go with the order flow. I'm going to go with the crowd. Okay, now we're getting 25K fill. So more pullback here. We're buyers. Still no stop out, down $6. Still no stop out. Just picked up 2 more K. Now retesting the ultimate entry, which is the original top became a bottom here. Looks like we're going to go dip lower here. Start getting stopped out maybe. The Goldilocks fill is the way to go. Get the perfect amount of fill. Plus we just made a new low in the 5-minute. And if I was trading at the market, I definitely would have wanted to buy this new low. And it sounds really bizarre, but you're actually going to, you're actually trying to get this vacuum here is where you want to get in. But you can just put those orders precisely in front of that price. Not to say we can't come ripping back, and I hope it does, honestly. I really want to buy at $1.12.4 for certain. They're all the way down, all the way back to the round number of 112. I'll be buying because it's logical. You want to buy low, and you would buy in pullbacks, sir. Now you wish you would have sold more on the new highs of the day. At this point, when you see this strategy, you're like, oh, geez, should have sold up there. And how do you know it's a good trade? Because all the good sells are above you and all the good buys are below you. Okay, so I'm counting on a stop hunt. I'm looking for them to smash this down. That's the beauty of it. It's like, oh yeah, sure. A lot of people are trying to buy this thing today. Oh, it's in an uptrend. Oh, look at, and maybe it's going to take out the high of the day, high of the month. Like who's not? Even the bears are thinking, holy shit, they're going to have to buy back their shorts. Some of these big hedge funds and all that stuff, and all those big, the big boys. Even the big boys are going to have to buy back their shorts. I'm not the big boys, my ass. Jesus, you're your own big boy. You're your own person. You're trading your own account. Who cares what these other people are doing? Okay, 6 minutes before the top of the hour, and we're in. We're in on limits. And we could get stopped out. We could get overfilled. But we're in. I'm not going to buy at the market here. This is the way to trade. Let the market come to you. If tops become bottoms and bottoms become tops, you know where to put those orders. And if highs if high prices are a good place to sell, you put the sell limits way up there. Now I've got, I would say, a balanced situation. I'm in pretty big, and I've got sells above me that might equal that out. I'm just kind of looking at it. You know, it's a demo, so I'm just kind of looking at it and saying, oh, you know, it looks like about equal amount. And they could both be winners. I'm up 21 cents, which is pretty good considering how big I got in at that pullback. But today's one of those days, man. This thing's just going to keep marching north with a lot of chop. And you could have counter trend traded that. Like I said, you could have sold new highs there and been a genius for 5 pips and made $50, you know, on your standard lot. But imagine you're trading a 70K and you have 70 tickets in there, and it doesn't take much to hand place 70. I could hand place 70 single drops very quickly. Just, you know, it doesn't take much to drag here. You just, okay, so now we're up $5. Now we're going to ride this up into the sell limits and let it go, because we have so many sell limits up there, and this is where you might start plucking off some of the sell limits manually. If we've overloaded the north side and we see we're going to rock it up at least another 10 pips, we'll take off this 10 pip bank and we'll start selling it $1.12.8. Definitely going to be selling when we get above 113 all day long. Without question, this is easy. Now you can walk away from this trade, come home, and you're either going to blow out those tickets or it's going to retrace. We're underwater on that top bank, so we're 3 tickets underwater right now. Trying to make it to the 128. Take out the high today again. So the earlier video was I got in down here, as you can only imagine, when I crashed the platform. I mean, the recorder was, this was my entry before. Perfect setup. You know, from a structure standpoint. Here, once again, after the market closes, it looks like, oh, perfect top bottom. But don't forget, there was a stop hunt that we bought. We bought the stops off those poor goobers, right? Oh, $7. So, abuse a goober day. Right. Huge selling exposure on the top side here. Just immense. Doesn't look so scary. On the half hour, it looks a little tamer. And the half hour only had one entry. One pullback to buy at the market. One signal. The only chance to get long here at the top bottom. That's the same top bottom from the 15-minute chart. It's the double bottom from the 15. But it's not the double bottom from the 5. The 5 was higher up here. Okay. We got to get some follow through here or we're crushed. See, we should have taken that $7 and ran. But that's what it would have been. If you would have been really big, you would have taken your $70 and left. Because you can see the market's constantly going up and down. This could be the failure swing. And so, right there, sellers came in, new highs. So it's a constant battle, new highs, new lows, new highs, new lows. People that bought here, they maybe got out here at this, right? Their target is when they know that people are going to get trapped on the other side, which is here. So anybody that bought here really big, they got out here, and you can see that's what's causing the up and down, because for every buyer, there's a seller in a way, right? And look at that. But the cool thing is, I have no more tickets to fill on the, I'm just underwater on those top 3, top 5. So I'm in a position, and then we 1 minute before the top there, I'm in a position of security in a way. We could get a spike here at the top of the hour, probably half hour to some bullshit news coming out. But it shouldn't matter, because if it's a good idea to sell above us, then I'm not going to look at the news and try to assess it and say, oh, you know what? That's probably going to take the euro up to 16. Let's get the fuck out of those sell limits up there now. Just let it go. Got a 100 pip bank up there of real money waiting to get filled on sell limits. Here I'm just 49 cents up before the top of the hour. We should see some drama here. Top of the hour brings drama for 5 minutes. We could take out the high of the day right now. People are freaking out. 5-minute chart. We know the sellers are coming up here, and we should be, maybe we're cashing out. We might be cashing out on some winners up here, because I can't tell if these take profits are based on the sells above me or the limits below. So that's another problem, is there's no, you can't have a separate color for the buy limits and sell limits. That would be kind of cool if you could, to show up. But then you can have a big mess of color. That's why I'm always showing the entries here right now, because I'm assuming that my stops are built in. Now here I'm up $7, and I'm in like 23K. I'm just gonna wait. I'm a whole $8 there. $10. So if you think you missed out, you can never miss a trade in Forex, because there's a, if you want to get in, just put your order in 2 pips deep. $13. Now, if I was up 130 right now, I'd probably get out. I just go like this. Oh, I just missed it. All right, I would have hit the button right there. Very frisky. We'll wait 5 more minutes to see if we could take out the high of the day. But I would have hit the button right there, and if your broker's really fast, you can make $130 right there. Boom. Just by getting into their limits and holding your hand on the take all profits key and just taking it. Just taking that money and run. Here you'd be up, say, $100, right? Here maybe up $111 right now. And the euro's just nice tight spread, nice fluid motion, not a lot of crazy, you know, you could trade the pound. I got that. You know, I see people trading these wild exotic things trying to make 100 pips. I'm like, you know, listen, I mean, you only got to make 10 pips, 20 pips on a standard lot. You just don't pull the trigger at a standard lot on one ticket. Wouldn't make sense at one price. And you really don't want to pull the trigger. The idea of pulling the trigger is kind of like this sniper view, and you're going to nail it. And okay, what happens when the market doesn't go the way you think, and you're like, holy shit. At least here you're saying, you know what? This looks like a good place to get in down here, and let the market come to me, and I'm just going to pick my risk zone and all that stuff up front, as opposed to sitting there like a crackhead trying to pull a trigger on the thing when it's swirling around, and you're like, oh, I just got in too big, and oh boy, where's my stop? And this is all predetermined, predefined. You lay a trap, and here we got 2 minutes left before the 5 minutes after the top of the hour. See where this is at. Let's see if there's any news or something. Oh, here we go. So we'll say up $130 right now. You would take all profits, but here in this situation, you want to wait because, oh, you know what's on its way there. Look at the 1 minute chart, right? Pull back on the 1 minute, which is the buy signal. So where do you see the buy signals? Any pullback is a buy signal. Any oversold, we got a top becoming a bottom, top become a bottom. 1, 2, 3 minutes of buy, 1 minute buy, top, bottom. You know, this thing's marching. It's marching north. Just got to take out that high of the day. Sellers will start coming in there, but I think they're going to get their head sheared off for a little bit. So here's where we got to be careful. The harder that goes up, the more we got to start trimming off these tickets here, because we don't want to get overexposed on the sell side. Came up $14. We got 1 minute left in this 5 minute chart. Coming up on the infamous high of the day. It was selling all the way up into the nosebleeds today for the big smash back. The No-Brainer Trader. NoBrainerTrader.com was the other other than simpleton was the other approach. But trading is simple. Above water on this, so I'm above water on my worst fill right now. I could take all profits now, go flat with no losers left behind. So I'm about to do that, but I'll wait 5 more seconds. 5-minute charts updated. We're starting another 5 minutes. Going after the high of the day. We're within reach of the high of the year. The high of the fucking year. Okay. The high of the year is 20 pips away. So I might want to, now if I'm looking at if I don't want to start selling, I want to sell very conservatively. I'm not going to sell till we get to here, but I think there could be some scalps on the way there. So I do have sells laid in before the high of the year. Right there. Just before 113. 5 pips below. Oh, five pips below there. 4.3 pips below 13 is the high of the year. And that was at 113. I was saying, hey, that's the target. Hey, it's the target. But you know what? Look at, never get a target like that in your fucking head. Because look at all the failed attempts at that target. It's more the target should be sell new highs. Because look at the sell new high window there. Never made 113. Never. Look at all this trading. Look at all that money on the daily. Look at this clusterfuck. Here's a structure. Structure's not close. This is the top. Here we come. Up 16 bucks. Oops. Really butchered that. I think we just took out the high of the day. I just destroyed these charts. It's because I took this thing down to the nth degree. Here, it's easier to adjust this. We're already there. So here, let's take this 5-minute chart. Just took out the high of the day, right? Coming into the sell zone. Well, selling up into the high of the year now. Up $19. That's the window. There's the 5. I'm expecting a blast. It's going to be a pretty frantic ride. You see psychosis here as we take out the high of the year. There'll be, I'm counting on some pullbacks. I have to be, right? Up 21 bucks. I'm still in everything that I got in. No profits have been taken, and maybe the profits are sitting up in those cells. So I'll be in a hedge. I can walk away from this, or I could take all profits right now. Actually, taking out the high of the day right now, scalper's exit, I would say. So in 2 minutes, unless we keep pounding north into the news. Let me see if there's any news coming up. There's no news, but it doesn't matter because the top and bottom of the hour are, so I'm going to cash out. Taking all profits. I'm going to put buy limits in. You never miss out on opportunities, markets. I'll buy right here. Just put in grids there. There you go. So that's it. That's trading. I think this recording went in. That's my version of trading.